My name's Matt Smith. I'm a consultant shoulder and elbow surgeon in the Liverpool upper limb unit. The brachial plexus is essentially a spaghetti junction of nerves and at the end of the spaghetti junction they make up the main peripheral nerves of the arm and around the shoulder. So the nerves for the upper limb come out of the neck between C5 and T1 and then join together in a spaghetti junction, mix together and then come out of the other end as the main peripheral nerves of the arm. So an injury to the brachial plexus is an injury to any of those nerves from the point that they come out of the neck through to the point that they become the main nerves of the arm and the shoulder. The sorts of injuries or accidents that can result in brachial plexus injuries are varied. There's a whole group of injuries relating from birth problems, so what are called obstetric brachial plexus injuries, ranging through to the traumatic injuries from accidents such as road traffic accidents or accidents at work. To get a brachial plexus injury, you usually have to have a relatively significant injury around the shoulder or the neck. They can be simple traction injuries where the nerves are simply stretched to the point that they become injured, or they can be associated with really quite horrific injuries around the shoulder, such as fracture dislocations. Obstetric brachial plexus injuries occur usually during the process of childbirth itself. The plexus can be placed under traction as the baby's helped out of the womb, and the effects of that can be wide-ranging, from being really quite minimal through to quite significant disability for the child as they grow into adulthood. The treatment for brachial plexus injuries is about as varying as the effects of a brachial plexus injury itself. Obviously, if the effects of the brachial plexus injury to the individual is simply some loss, some abnormal sensation that's going to recover over a few days or weeks, then clearly that doesn't require any aggressive treatment. If the nerve roots have been pulled off from the neck, then that's probably irreparable. And in between those two, if there's an actual injury to the nerves of the brachial plexus itself with division of the nerves, then that can be amenable to surgery, where the brachial plexus can be explored and the nerves can be directly repaired. The success of that is variable, but in general speaking, the younger a person is, the more likely they're going to have a good outcome from a nerve repair, and the older a person is, the less likely they're going to have a good outcome. If you're unfortunate enough to sustain a brachial plexus injury, the way that you can expect it to be treated will somewhat depend on the severity of the injury. If it's one of the more mild injuries that are going to resolve over a period of days, weeks, months, then you can expect that to be managed by your local orthopaedic surgeon that's treating you for your injuries as a whole. If, however, the local orthopaedic surgeon feels that it might be amenable to exploration and nerve repair, then you can expect to be referred on to one of the peripheral nerve injury units. There are a few of them around the country, but it's quite likely that you might have to travel a significant distance for that treatment. The nature of the surgery is so specialised that there can only be a few centres in the country that do it. If you do have exploration and repair of an injury to the brachial plexus, the recovery time can be quite a long time. Essentially, we expect a nerve, once it's been repaired, to regrow at a rate of around about 1 millimetre a day. So if you've injured one of the nerves that supplies the hand, then you can expect that to take 6 to 12 months before you're even starting to see the benefit of the surgery.